All right, I am back. I gotta bring Rose back. So give me a second to bring Rose back. I tried to disable and re-enable my camera, and I accidentally hit yes to rebooting my computer. So I apologize for that. So now we're gonna have two parts of this, and then as soon as I fix it, I will talk about what I wanted to talk about. All right, let me see if I can bring Rose back. Sorry about that, guys. I really am. Let me just wait till she gets back. I hope everyone is doing good on this Saturday otherwise, but I'm sorry for breaking this all the time. I don't know how I managed to break it. I'm trying to like adjust the mic too. I got a new mic, and I think that's not that that's part of the problem. Just I break stuff a little too much. Music's still playing. Y'all can still hear me. Give it a second for her to come back. Yeah, I don't know why. I've been having just a lot of issues with this application, and maybe it's like hardware related to my computer, but it shouldn't be, because the only thing I ended up changing was like my audio. You know, like I got a new mic and I got new speakers for my computer, but that obviously shouldn't do or break anything. So I don't understand why everything went south, but it did. All right, I'll continue for now until Rose returns, but I will leave this up on the side here. So anyway, where I was trying to go with my story was, like I said, so we're all rekindling in different ways. Just lower that out of the way. So for me, you know, I think we talked about it before, that like I'm getting these new opportunities that are happening to me for work, especially, and just like life in general, right? So a lot of perspectives were put into place through this week from friendships and relationships and like work and just like life. Because I mean, I don't know if I mentioned it. I think I did. I think I mentioned it. I did mention it, sorry, like a few times actually, about my one of my best friends passing away. And he was a colleague that I leaned on a lot. Like he was a guy that we would go out weekly to drink, and he would just like kind of vent, you know, about life and work, and just like he didn't have a lot of people like that to talk to. Like he had his friends that he would go out to drink with or have dinner with, but he doesn't, I don't think, I want to say safely, I don't think he really goes to them and is as open as he was with me. So then like you know, like his passing was hard for me, because I lost someone that I had to, you know, I used to vent to too. Grand Rising, brother, I hope you're doing well. but I lost someone. I lost someone to talk to. And not that, like, I have my boys that like I grew up with and we've been friends for over decades and stuff. I was just never intimately connected with them. I never was too in depth with them about my feelings and things like that. Like we were just not people who really talk that way, So like my friend Joe, we worked I met him, we worked together, and he was just like a funny guy and just like a good guy altogether. He was like a mentor to me as we started growing close. Oh, you are back. Sorry. Let me bring you in. Welcome back.
Thank you.
I turned off my webcam, and then I turned I turned my webcam back on, and it was like, "Do you want to restart your computer?" And I thought I clicked no, but apparently I clicked yes. So we'll see. We'll see how things continue to go. But anyway, continue my story. So Joe was like my guy who I leaned on heavily, and his passing, like, it's been a month now. It's been an actual solid month, and it still hasn't gotten through me yet. Like the worst part, and it happened during the week. So like I said, I had a fight with one of my other best friends, like with someone I'm actually very close with. Like on top of it being tough with that situation, it was more tough because I actually had a dream with Joe in it. I had a dream that we were hanging out, right? I had a dream that we were doing what we normally do, but
hello.
But for the first time in actually the first time in our lives, in a weird way, in the dream we were in a car together traveling, which I've maybe done once or twice. And I think we were leaving a bar to go to another bar because the bar that we had gone to was not good. And he was just like laughing, and like he was just like, "Yeah, no, we got to go somewhere else, man. That like the wine was not crap. This wine was terrible. It was house wine." I was like, "Yeah, when do we drink house wine? What is going on?" We're laughing, we're joking, right? And here's the shittiest part, Rose. I knew it was a dream. Like my person in the dream knew it was a dream, and I looked at him and I was like, "Dude, I know you're not here." Like it sucked, and I woke up and I was just like I had tears down my face. It sucked. I was just like, I knew it was a dream. And the worst part is like, it's like something you don't want to wake up from. Right? So then like on top of that, I have a fight with my friend where we have very uneasy ground. So now I'm like fighting the fact that I miss my friend, but then now I miss my other friend, and I'm like, all this shit is happening. And then here's the craziest part, right? I have been doing some research for my diabetes to try to be a little bit better about it, try to like kind of fight it and just kind of reset my body, right? And the best thing I read, and it's probably pretty damn dangerous, and if a doctor ever watches this episode of Motivation Station, they're gonna yell at me, right? I did a 72-hour fast that I started on Sunday night. So I went from Sunday night to Wednesday night.
It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
So it did so much for me, right? So I won't talk about how it affected me emotionally and things like that, because I'm gonna start with what it did physically. It reset my body. It really did. It was tough. It was like, so I felt like there's times in my life where diabetes hit, and I was like, I gotta do this for myself. I would start the journey, and then I would half-ass it, and then I would fall off, right? But I was like, look, if I can fast for 72 hours, I can change my life. I can definitely do this, right? So I started to do the fast, and then all this shit started happening. Oh man, so now we're having the problems with the disconnecting. Streamlabs, you're not being kind to me. You're not being kind at all. All right, I'm gonna continue my story, Rose. If you're tuned in, you'll tune in that way. But I'll try to bring you back in if you come in. But anyway, so along with these not these little things, these big things that are happening upon my fasting, I was just going through so much. But physically, so I mean, if you haven't seen me, I'm a very small guy, and I lost more weight. Obviously, if you don't eat, you lose weight. So I fasted, and I actually lost like an X amount of pounds, and it was like it helped, because I like there was times where I felt hungry, but it was like a weird type of hungry. It wasn't like a hungry like your body's actually hungry for food. It was more like a hungry like put something in my stomach, but like I don't care what you put, right? So that doesn't help if I'm gonna go out and just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go get Burger King, or I'm just gonna go get like a big like Subway sandwich or something like that. You know what I mean? So after the fasting, it cut my cravings. Like I every time I would stress about things, the first thing I would go to is chocolate. And it's terrible, right? I love chocolate. I still do. But like I don't have that craving for chocolate anymore. And like when I stress often, I would just go to chocolate. Like that's it. Like Hershey Kisses, I'll eat a whole bag. Bad. For diabetes, absolutely horrendous. All right. I'm not gonna lie. But hold on, let me see. Nope. I don't know if it's like Rose. I don't think it's Rose's phone because people are saying like they're having these issues too. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to we'll have to test this. Anyway, sorry, back to the story. So physical in that aspect, I started researching a little bit more because even with dieting, even with exercising, even with like walking all the time, and I'm not gonna lie, once again, doctors, if you're watching, I apologize, okay? But I'm not taking medication, and it's not because I think I'm better than medication. It just medication scares the fuck out of me. But I'm gonna step up and go to the doctors and see if I can. Yeah, no, I get you. I'm sorry, Rose. I'm gonna try to take better care of my health, and I'm gonna talk to a professional who wants to actually help me improve versus keep me on medicine for the rest of my life. I'm accepting the fact that I got to make changes. But anyway, so things weren't working, and then like I researched a little bit more. I read more into it, and I kind of came to learn that my liver is not in a good place. Like there's a lot of like fat and fatty cells and stuff like that around my liver, so I had to burn that out first. And the best way to do that is to fast. So then like when your body runs out of energy to burn, it starts burning fat. So the first 24 hours was horrible because I was hungry as hell. So I lived off water and electrolytes. I learned that I can have, was it sugar-free no, I can't. I think like broth was like the only thing I could have, something like that. I didn't even have that though. But you know, I actually just I winged it, right? Second day, I can feel my body depleted of energy, and I started like burning fat. And then by the time it came between like the 36-hour mark to like the 60, like between that time, because it's like sleeping when I woke up, I physically can see the difference in my body. Like I have a lot of stomach fat, and I just saw it like kind of disappear, including the bloating, right? So I got to 70 hours. I didn't make it to the full 72 hours. I see you, Rose. I didn't get back to the full 72 hours, but I got close to 70. But I was hitting a point that I was about to like pass out. Like I was getting very close to that point that my body is just depleted. So I started to eat small, like just salads, very light vegetables, things like that, before I got into more complex types of food like fiber and stuff like that. But it did me wonders, and it actually helped clarify my mind. And more than anything, it actually helped reset. Damn, I'm so sorry, Rose. It helped me reset my like the way I eat. It reset like how I eat. So when I used to think not eating would help burn more to get rid of my sugar, like helping my sugar go down, right? No, but now I'm like, no, I can eat. I just have to eat right. So I would actually have breakfast. I'll actually like snack. Like I'll have like a green apple, right? And like a half green apple or something like that. I started drinking ginger tea. I started drinking, I was telling Rose before, I started drinking milk thistle tea, right? So milk thistle is like a flower of a sort, but I researched it. There's different ways of getting it. Unfortunately, I just picked up like whatever Amazon could offer. So I got tea through there, and I feel progression in my liver, like my liver, and I think some of you will be proud of me, but I haven't drank much, and I haven't been craving to drink, right? So the one thing I wanted to say was that the stuff that happened at the beginning of the week with my friends and all that stuff, it happened at a bad time. I went out with my neighbor, and he's a good friend of mine, Josh, and we went out because you know, we're just kind of supporting the community. You know, it's Pride Month, things like that. We kind of like bar hopped in a sense, right? And I drank a lot, because I was sad because I literally had a fight with loved ones, right? and I drank heavy. I went quiet. I didn't talk to anybody. I freaked my friends out. I scared a lot of people, and I just fell off the grid because I was like, I want to be alone. And then it came to learn that I shouldn't be alone. I shouldn't be alone. I think in the place I was in, like, it's sad to say, but drinking was my escape. Drinking was my escape from reality when like things got tough, right? And it didn't help. And I was in such a bad state that I didn't want to drink. And whenever I get to that state that I don't even want to drink, I know I'm bad. Especially if I want to be alone and not drink. That, like, you shouldn't drink alone anyway, right? But like, it was bad. And throughout the week, I'm not gonna get too into it, but I talked to the loved ones. We kind of rekindled. I mean, I think they're still on steady ground here and there, but I with the diet, with my friend, my friend Joe was 1 month away from retiring. He was 1 month away from living his life, the rest of his life, to just chill, go on vacation, do this, do that, whatever he wants to do. Rose, I'm gonna try to bring you back. Are you frozen? Can you talk? I don't know if you're I think you're frozen. I think you're frozen, my lady. I'm gonna have to kick you out. I'm gonna generate a new link. Hold on. I'm gonna generate a new link and I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook. Hang on. Try to join there, and then if you have time after this call, Rose, if you have a little time, let's just hang out. Let's see if we can fix this problem. Anyway, I'm sorry about that, guys. Again, just too many technical issues. But yeah, I mean, it gave me clarity of what I wanted most, and everybody, even my loved ones, even though like the conflict we were having, it all stemmed back to like I have to take care of me. And even the people that I was having grief with said the same thing. They're like, yo, you got to do you got to do what's best for you, right? And I think like with the diet and all that stuff, there's that clarity that I have now that, yeah, you're absolutely right. So I call this episode kind of rekindling your soul, because it's like I forgot my life. I literally was like, yo, like, why did I like Rose, I'm back. Hello. Now I hear myself twice. Sorry.
It's okay. Can you hear me?
I was there was a little boy in me and an adult in me that grew up that was like, I want to do stuff before I die. Right? One of the biggest things, and this, Rose, is rebuilding my car. And I want it to happen, So
yeah,
I'm gonna work on that. But the funniest part is, who I talked to? Who I took out, and I was like, you know what? I need to have a heart-to-heart conversation and figure out, like, am I feeling what am I feeling is it valid, right? I took Lily out. I said, Lily, let's go out to the waterfront. I want to have a talk with you. She's like, a talk with me? And I was like, yeah. I need someone to talk to. And right now I have no one to talk to. I take Lily out and I explain this situation as if I'm talking to Joe without cursing. That was the only difference, is I didn't curse, right? but I had a wholehearted conversation with her. And I was like, Lily, like, am I a bad person for feeling this way? And she's like, no. I was like, it's fine. Because I told her, I was like, I just have so much love in me and I don't know what to do with it. And she's like, you know what you should do? And I was like, what should I do, Lily? I was like, whatever you say right now, I'll do anything you say to make me feel better, right? I was like, what do you think I need to do? She said, you need to buy everybody a nice gift. And I was like, all right, done deal. I'm going to buy everybody a nice gift. I'm going to work hard, achieve my goals, and help as many people as I can. And I'm going to buy everybody a nice gift. And she's like, yeah, because everyone deserves something nice. That's what she said to me. Everyone deserves something nice. A 4-year-old comprehended kind of whatever I put together and was like, everyone deserves something nice. So it was such a real conversation to have with my kid, and I'm not going to lie, it saved my life. And a lot of the stuff I started doing was mainly for her. And even like the people that they knew, they're like, listen, if you're not going to do it for us, if you're not going to do it for yourself, there's one person here that you'll always have to do it for. And I'm like, I know. So that's why I took her out. We talked, we had a good time, took her out for ice cream afterward. It was my gift to her, Yesterday, I went out, I bought a bottle of wine for myself to just kind of have at home. Sorry, Rose. I don't know why it's so bad. I bought a bottle of wine for myself to it was a short disconnect. Oh my god. All right, Rose, I'm not gonna, well, I'll keep an eye. If I see you come back, I'll bring you back. But it's distracting, and it's not your fault. I don't know why this thing is so awful. When I went out last night to buy myself a bottle of wine, I bought a rose. Like I literally bought a rose to give to my daughter. And it's like these little things I just try to do to like thank her for everything, to be honest. But throughout the week, it's been such a tough week. It's been wild. But like the biggest thing it opened my eyes to is like I forgot what I wanted to do things for, right? And it's kind of like, I talked about Run the Jewels. It's like the same thing as my like my bird tattoo, right? Like I put the tattoo on my arm because like the tattoo is literally like even birds with broken wings want to fly, right? Like even birds with broken wings want to fly. And like I forgot why I even wanted to fly. And now I remember. Now I feel better. Now I'm fighting for me more than anyone. I'm fighting for me more than anyone. And that 72-hour diet and fasting, and thank you, Rose, for that. Doing that for 72 hours was super challenging. Rose, I'm gonna bring you back in. I see you back, so I'm gonna bring you back in. It was super challenging, but it was the first challenge that I told myself that if I can do this, I can do anything.
Yeah.
And then that's what opened that door. Now I'm kind of rekindled. The only thing I'm disappointed that I haven't done yet is go back to the gym. But time has been not on my side because a lot has been happening at work, and a lot has been happening at home, and like my diet hasn't been the best, so I'm still getting used to eating food again in general, right? But like I'm proud of the fact that I lost, like, yeah, you're frozen, Rose. I'm proud of the fact that I lost the cravings. I bought a cupcake for one of my coworkers. He told me it was his birthday, right? He took a few days off. He had like a 4-day weekend. It was fantastic. He came back Monday, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna buy this guy a cupcake, right? I'm starting to do things just to do things at this point. So I went to a nearby bake shop near my job in New York. I bought a cupcake from a recommendation from my baristas at my job. And I've grown fond of them. They're very cool people. So I bought them cupcakes too. So I bought 3 cupcakes, and I didn't buy one myself. As tempted as I humanly was, right? And these cupcakes looked amazing, right? I bought him a cupcake for his birthday, and I bought the barista's one. And like I like doing little things like that. Not too long ago, I don't have a lot of money, but I sent some friends some money. Yo, go get some coffee. Hey, have some dinner. I bought my wife a dress off Amazon. I'm still getting used to trying to do stuff for myself, but like I have bought like video games. I love video games, right? So I've bought video games to play with me and my friends, and I bought video games to play with my other group of friends. And lately I've had a friend who's been pretty damn consistent on playing games with me, and I appreciate them, and now I feel like I don't feel like I'll be too often too alone, right? Oh yeah, I should be. Yeah. I mean, you guys see the comments, but I should be reading them. Proud of you for 72 hours of fasting. Thank you so much. Morgan, let it go. Yes, amen to that. And we got to catch up, Morgan. Morgan has been a fucking rock, man. Morgan has been the most real person that like I can, like, not that like my wife or anything like that, I don't that open to, but like I appreciate the conversations I have with Morgan because they're very unbiased and they're very like not from point of view. Like there's conversations I had that Morgan would be rough in the conversation. She would say things that are truthful versus things that would help me feel better about myself, right? She'd be like, if you were like this, I wouldn't even want to be your friend. And I was like, damn, Morgan, right? But I needed to hear that. So amen. And I love you, Morgan. Or as we say, broccoli, right? So I appreciate you and broccoli. Your candidate was starving and died and was flashed out. First great sign of having fasting. I think I know what you're trying to say, but if you can reword that, I might understand that a little better. It's not your fault. I don't know if you typed that weird. But anyway, week was absolutely insane, but it rekindled my soul. So there's things I want to get done, right? And we're probably going to get a little bit closer to the end of the podcast here because it's been, roughly that time. But it opened my eyes to a lot of things. It opened my heart to a lot of things. I think it I put a little bit more protection on myself too to kind of protect me from me. But it opened up like clarity. And it helped. I mean, like if I can do this, I can make my dreams come true. And part of my dreams are rebuilding my car. Part of my dreams are doing another show called What is Peace? And I'm gonna start filming that soon, and I hope you guys tune into that when that time comes. Putting more time and effort into a motivation station, put some more marketing out there, guys. I'm gonna make some stickers. I'm actually working on it right now to see if I can find a vendor to help me make some stickers. Listen, I'm trying not to get emotional, but Joe not being here with me has scarred me pretty bad. And now I'm just doing everything I can, every little thing I can do. I'm trying to do everything I can to make everyone around me feel appreciated, everybody around me to feel loved, everyone around me be happy. But more than anything, I'm trying to do that for me, right? But what I'm learning is the things that I do, right? The things that I enjoy doing. If I buy you coffee, if I buy you dinner, if I say, hey, let's hang out and I take you out and I pay for everything. If I say, hey, let's play video games. If I invite you to hang out with me, with my friends, or if I ask you to hang out with me, with my wife, because, you know, I live in the virtual world. We do everything over like Discord or Facebook or whatever it may be, right? If I invite you all this stuff, it's not like I just want to make you happy. You know, it's not a matter of like, I'm doing this so you feel happy, right? I tell my wife all the time, like I game with you, right? Because I bought her a gaming laptop. We've been playing some games together and it's been fun. And I'm like, you know, when I incorporate you and all this stuff, and when I incorporate my other friends, and when I incorporate all these people that I have grown fond of, when I incorporate you, right? It's not just to make you happy. You guys got to understand that shit makes me happy. It makes me happy more than anything, right? So people always, when I do this stuff, people come back to me and they're like, why do you do it to make me happy? And I'm like, nah, dude, I do it to make me happy because this is the way I am. And you know what? I think people they mistaked it in a way that they just thought that like, if I do it for them, well, if they're happy, I'll be happy. No, I'll be happy if I could do that for you. That's what I came to learn. That's the clarity I got from this week more than anything. Exactly, right, Zeke? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Like, here's the beautiful part to that, right? So, you know, my wife and I, we don't got to do everything together, right? But I enjoy the fact that she opens the door to be like, yo, you like video games? I'll play with you. I like video games too. Where it goes in video, you know, honestly, we're going to start streaming our video. I think we're going to jump on Twitch, and I might get her a webcam so you can see how goofy she is when she plays video games. But I think we might start streaming. But I think it'd be a hilarious time playing some games, right? But like we do stuff that we enjoy it. But we're also blunt about like, hey, if I'm playing a game and it's too hard for her, she'll be like, game's a little bit too hard for me, right? And one thing I appreciate about her right now is that like the games I bought for her, it's like group games that you can play with random people. You can join public lobbies and stuff. She jumped into public lobbies, played with people. Like we sit next to each other playing our own games. I'll maybe hang out with one of my friends and play games, and she'll hang out with one of my other friends, or one of her friends now, I guess they're called, or just join a public lobby and play games. And we are very open about our conversations. We're very open about our communications. We're very open about our friendships and things like that. And it's been a rough road because we were both people that we didn't want to have hurtful conversations with our partners, but now it's just like everything's on the table, and it's still times rough, but it's good to get through that grit, right? It's good to get through that mud. But I feel, and Rose, like I'm sorry that I can't seem to get this shit together. So if you're watching this podcast, I'll message you on Facebook afterward. We'll do a little bit more testing. I'm going to change some of the network settings, and I'll see if you stick around. I'm going to do like recorded settings, and we'll you know what? Stick around for a half hour. Let's talk about Motivation Station. But anyway, I'm very expressive. I say how I feel. I'll say everything straightforward, right? At this point, the only thing I have to lose is the opportunity of being real. You know, I think that's what it comes down to. The only thing I have to lose in life now is the opportunity of being real. And that's me. That's my week in a nutshell. That's my, revolution, if you will, Morgan. But it's my rekindling of my soul, rekindling of my heart. Like this is exactly what I needed. And I thank all of you. Motivation Station has been such a crazy ride, but it's been so good to me. It's been, even like the tough times, even like the disconnects here where I'm having technological issues somehow for some reason. Like sometimes like I feel sad about it, but then I have you guys, and you still come back and you watch. You still watch the episodes afterward when I'm not watching. I'm sorry, I don't upload it to Spotify as much because it takes just time to upload it. I'm never sitting in front of my computer to do that, but I'm gonna work on that more. I want Motivation Station to grow, not just for Rose and I, but for the people who come to appreciate to watch it, right? I want more people to join us and tell us their stories. I love to hear stories. I love hearing about people, this is encouraging me to do my show of What is Peace, and I'm hoping to start that soon. And I don't know how consistent it'll be, but maybe I'll shoot 3-4 episodes at a time and upload them and then go from there, so then people have some stuff to watch. I want to rebuild my car. And I would talk to my car guy. He's like, if we're going to do it, it's going to cost a lot of money. And I was like, listen, it is going to cost a lot of money. It is going to cost a lot of money to fix my car the way I want it to fix, right? And I told him, I'm like, am I a maniac for like wanting to get another car for myself just to have a play car, like a weekend car just to drive around, right? And I told him, I was like, am I crazy for thinking that way? He was like, honestly, dude, you are stupid. He was just like, you're be smart, save your money, but do your thing. And like, if you want to build it right, right? But then he paused and he said, but that's the unique thing about you, that like, as dumb as it sounds to everyone around you saying that you want to buy another car when you have cars because you want a car, that you want to connect with a car, he's like, that's real. He's like, that's something real that only you can feel. So he said, if you need to buy another car, I'll help you find the right car and you'll get it. So I'm on that journey too, but I'm saving my money for that because I think I mentioned it last podcast. I'm going to Japan in November and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll be able to live stream Motivation Station. Let me look at what time it is in Tokyo. Hold on. Tokyo. 1 o'clock in the morning. I could be up at midnight doing this. This is easy peasy. All right. I'll bring like a laptop with me. Japan was my dream. Going to Japan was my childhood dream. Now, unfortunately, I'm not going with family and things like that. It's way too expensive. I'm going with my best friend Jazz, who one day, I think I told you the story about Jazz, but I'm going with Jazz and another friend, a close friend of mine, Jack. And it's always been my dream to go. And I told my wife, I'm like, I'm not trying to be selfish. I'm not trying to do stuff without you, but like, this is the dream for me. And the biggest thing I want to go is because I want to see cars. I want to I just want to, like, they're like, what are you going to do in Japan? Honestly, once I get there, I'm going to stand in the middle of wherever I am and just take it in. Just close my eyes and just hustle bustle of Japan, the noise of Japan, the air of Japan, just the essence of Japan. Just being there, I just want to be there. I'm looking forward to that. So this year has definitely been one of the most beautiful years ever. It has broken me. It has rebuilt me. It has made me look in the mirror and be like, that person there is a good person. That person there is a person who has dreams and hopes. That person there wants to make the world happy. That person there wants to be there for everyone if he can be there for everyone. That person there wants to live a life without regrets. That person there has revived their soul. So I am super stoked about it. I am going to go ahead and finish up with Rose's comment saying, thank you, motivated people, for liking, sharing, commenting, and watching our episodes on your free time and listening to us on Spotify. We appreciate you and we love you. And that's from the bottom of our hearts. I know sometimes you guys can't make it live, but we do see you guys watch it afterward. We appreciate you guys sharing this with your friends and family. We hope that maybe you'll be back. Maybe you want to be on the episode, things like that. And we feel blessed to be able to have this experience, and you guys make it happen. Candida is fungi that loves sugar, and it dies. You have no more cravings. Yeah, but there's also a point that when you eat certain foods, if you eat certain foods that they fill you, like the 80% that you should be filled, you don't have a craving to have sweets, which is the beautiful part. But I agree with you, Candida. I've heard of that now when you say that. But anyway, guys, we're gonna work on some things. I'm gonna try to get some stickers going next week. I'm gonna include a QR code on my screen maybe, so that we can we can have the QR code. You guys can scan it. You guys can order some stickers for yourselves, right? I want to give some free ones out to my friends so they can throw it out there. The stickers themselves are going to have QR codes that actually, I'm just going to put the sticker on the thing is what I meant. But the QR code links back to our link tree for Motivation Station. I got to add that to my shirts, hoodies, and mugs, but I'm going to put on stickers for now and we're going to grow it. But I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart as well. You guys have been true ride or die fans, and you guys have been my therapy. You guys have been my world to open up to. And although Joe is gone, and I know he's here in spirit, like, you guys have been listening, and you guys have been reaching out, and you guys have been making sure I'm good. And I'm friends I've made recently. Shout out to I'm just calling him Kat for now, but my friend Kat was like, make the time for the people who won't make time for you, right? But she didn't even say it peacefully. She aggressively said it. She said, F those people who don't want to make the time for you, and stop holding them in such a limelight. And yeah, I mean, I make the time when I make the time. I reach out to people I want to make time to, right? And if they want to respond back in kind, what am I doing? What am I doing, right? And then there's people who greet me every morning, who greet me every day, and they're like, hey, good morning to you. How are you doing? How's your day? What'd you do today? Why don't you do something good for yourself today? It's crazy. It's crazy the perspective I feel now and I have. And a lot of people have helped me. And you guys especially. So I am so sorry that I have not even sipped my thistle tea because it's been a little too hot. But I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Rose loves you guys. And we'll see you guys next week. Have a motivated day. Take care.